Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Inessa and I'm an indie author and I publish under the pen name Ann Sage. I live in Toronto, Canada, and I write a lot of fantasy, a lot of mystery, and a heck of a lot of mayhem. If you like videos about writing, the craft of writing, behind the scenes, what it takes to be an author in today's day and age, tips for creative entrepreneurs with some stationery sprinkled along the way, then make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. I am doing a slightly different, more interesting kind of video today. Interesting for me because I'm going through this right now, but if you've kind of been following me, then you know I've been talking a lot about switching genres. It's not going to be a huge shift for me. It's still in the mystery realm, but before this, I wrote a lot of young adult fantasy, a lot of YA in general, and now I am going to be writing a new series, and probably more than one, in the adult paranormal cozy mystery genre. Now, I made the change for myself. There's different reasons why I did it, and maybe I'll make a video about that. If you want to see that video, make sure you comment and let me know. But today, I want to talk about switching genres and some tips that I have for switching genres successfully and what you should do to prepare yourself for a successful switch. So the first thing that I would think about if you're going to be switching genres is, why are you doing it? There's a few reasons that you could be doing it. You could be having a writer's block in the genre you write in. You could be burnt out in the genre that you write in. Your books that you have been publishing in the genre that you write in might have gone downhill sales-wise, so you kind of want to try something else to see if that works. Or you might just like another genre. You might like many genres and you want to try them all out. But do try to figure out what the reasons are behind it, because it will make it easier for you to figure out how proactive to be in your switch and some of the things that you should be doing. The other thing you should definitely do before switching genres, and as you're switching them, and probably throughout, but definitely before, is do your research. Figure out what works in that genre. The genre will be new to you, so you want to figure out what works in it, what books are selling, what their covers look like, what their blurbs sound like, what the storylines are like, what beats they follow, how to plot, how to write the genre. And so the best research for me, and this is the research that I do myself and did myself to switch the genre. First of all, obviously, Amazon. That's a given. You should always be looking on Amazon and other sales channels if you're going wide to see what the top selling books are in the genre that you're thinking of switching to. And just in general, what the top selling books are, because then you can kind of see which genres are selling more. And it's not just about selling, but it is a reader interest. They're selling more because people want to see those books, right? They're interested in reading them. And so if you're going to be switching into a genre, you might as well switch into a genre that people want to read. Goodreads is another one. Just be careful. Don't get down the rabbit hole of reading your own reviews when you're on there. That's just personal advice. But Goodreads is a good one to see what the upcoming books are. And then you can kind of see which genre is more heavy for the releases that are coming up in the next few months, 6 months, a year, whatever. And then one of the top things that I think I would recommend, and this is a paid research, but they're K-Lytics reports. K-Lytics reports are fantastic, because you can get a few different, you pay per genre for a report, and it's a huge report. You get market research, you get cover research, you get keyword research, you get blurb research, like pretty much everything in there in this one massive report. So if you're going to be switching a genre, you should take a look and see what works in it, right? So that when you start writing in it, you might as well start writing not to market, but write to interest. That's what I would call it. I don't like to say write to market, but write to reader interest and reader needs, right? So those are the three kind of main ones that I would do. There's other you can check on Facebook, obviously social media, all that stuff. TikTok is great for research too, but I think these three are fantastic for just doing like research before you switch over, especially the K-Lytics report. They're definitely worth every penny. Then you want to think about a pen name. Now, do you need a pen name if you're switching genres? The reasons you might need a pen name is, let's say, if you were writing for middle grade kids books and now you want to write like heavy romance and erotica, you probably will need a pen name. If you are going to be writing in a genre that you don't think your full-time career would approve of, you're going to need a pen name. If you just want to keep, if the genres are different enough, like if you're writing light romance and now you're going to start writing horror, you should probably think about having a pen name, because then you can separate them out, right? And you're going to have to market yourself differently. You're going to have to market the books differently. You probably will need different looking websites. So think about having a pen name. For the genre that I'm switching into, I'm actually keeping the pen name that I have because I do write a lot of magic, a lot of mystery, and a lot of mayhem. And that's my tagline, Magic, Mystery, Mayhem. And that fits into paranormal cozy as well. So the only thing I will be doing is I'll be segregating my website. So when you land on my website, you will have a cozy mystery section and a young adult section, and you can kind of click whichever one you want to look at. But the pen name will stay as A and Sage. Now, the next few things are kind of more intricate things that you should be thinking about when you're switching genres. So first of all, you should read some craft books, some books on the craft on the genre. See if you can find them. Just do a quick search on Amazon, see what's rated well, and pick those up. And read a lot about how to write in the genre you're switching into, because every genre has its own plot beats, its own themes that need development, its own tropes that need to get in there. So you kind of want to know that ahead of time before you start writing to set yourself up for success. You also want to read the books in that genre. If you're going to start writing like romantic comedy, you better be reading romantic comedy. See what is out there, see what people like. Read reviews for those books and see what people are saying, what they like, what they don't like, and make notes of that, because that's very important too. You want to think about getting a cover artist that specializes in the genre. I, for example, am a cover artist. I specialize in fantasy. I specialize in typography covers and object covers. I don't do illustration. I don't do a lot of vector-based covers. So I would not specialize in those genres. I would specialize specifically in fantasy. So you want to take a look for the artist. I know that sometimes you might be looking within your budget too, but make sure that you're looking not just within your budget, but at somebody who actually knows the genre you're going to be switching to write in. And maybe your current cover artist that you were using for the genre you're writing in might not fit for the genre you're about to start writing in. So just kind of take a look at that. Covers are very, very important. They sell your book. So you want to make sure you have a good one. And then you also want to do blurb research, another thing that really sells your book. Do your research. K-Lytics will give you blurb research for whatever genre you pay for, but make sure that you are researching it yourself. Have a document open and just copy paste blurbs from the top selling books that you come up in that genre, and try to compare them and see what is similar about them, how they're written. Like you can usually kind of tell that the first paragraph would be an introduction of a character, for example. Then you got the stakes, and then you've got like the big question and like what could happen if the stakes are rising or if the goal is not complete. So every single one, try to deconstruct them as best as you can, because they'll help you write your own blurb. You also want to look at word count. So what's the approximate expected word count for the book that you're about to write, for the genre you're about to write? Different genres have different expectations for word counts. With romance, for example, 50,000 and up, between 50,000 and 65,000, usually pretty common. But with high fantasy, anything under 100 is just not going to go, right? So you want to figure out like how long your book should be and where you should be writing in that book. And then you want to research your themes as well. So the themes are very important, and this goes back to reading in the genre. You kind of want to make a note of the expected themes and the themes that readers are expecting to find in the genre, and you want to make sure you incorporate those themes into your book. And then lastly, you take a look at POV. So for me, it was very difficult because in cozy mystery, and not just paranormal cozy mystery, but cozy mystery in general, there was two different ways you could really write it that were popular, either first person POV in past tense or third person POV in past tense. And it was a 50-50 split. So it came down to my personal preference of what I wanted the book to sound like. But make sure you take a look at the genre that you are going to be writing in and see what is a popular point of view and how this book should be written, because trust me, you will save yourself a whole bunch of time on rewrites if you pick the wrong POV. Rewriting a book in a POV is probably, for me, one of the worst ways to spend your time, because I've only had to rewrite like 10 chapters once and I hated every second of it. So I don't wish that on anybody. So make sure you pick a POV that you enjoy. Try to write a chapter or two in it and see if the book flows. And if it does, fantastic. And if it doesn't, at least you didn't write an entire book in the wrong point of view. So if you are switching genres, I hope that this helped you out. And if you are switching genres, make sure you comment and tell me what you're switching from and what you're switching to, because I'd really love to know. If you have any other questions about the genre I will be writing in, because I do a lot of young adult videos on here, but if you want to see some videos on cozy mystery, paranormal cozy mystery, as I'm writing, I'm getting more and more experience in that genre, so I will be making a lot more videos in it. But let me know if there's anything specific you want to know, if you're going to be writing in cozy mysteries yourself or mystery in general, if there's any videos that you would like to see from me, leave those in the comment and I'll make sure that I will get to them. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stay magical, and I will see you next week. Bye!